Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Dr. Chaz Lego Show. It's day number 10. We're at it again after a late last night, after a 3-hour show. And as you were with us last night, we put the arches on. And let me tell you, I was looking at it this morning, and this is a very delicate part of the arch. These pieces that make up the archery are on 4 hinges, and if you're not careful once you install it, trying to bend those hinges just slightly, the whole thing will come apart on you. Very hard to, I don't know how you say it, kind of keep it all connected. So once you get it in there, if it looks good to you, don't touch it. That's the best thing I can tell you to do, is don't touch it. If it looks good from a distance, leave it alone. That's the best thing you can do. So this piece right here that you can see on the one side, the big arch in there, yeah. Once you put them in place, if it looks like it's going to, hold in there, great, awesome. Now there is one thing that earlier at the beginning of the stage, I installed these pipes or bars, whatever you want to call them. They're kind of a long. They only gave me 4 long ones. They gave me 4, and they gave me 8 of short ones. So I was thinking that, looking at the book, they said, well, to put in the 4 long ones. So I put the 4 long ones in and went on and built the rest of the parts last night. Well, now we get to the end, and it says to put in 4 more long ones, which I don't have. Looking at the next bag, which is 33, there is no bars. 34 doesn't have any, 35 doesn't. There is a bag of plates here. There's no bars in there. I will check here real quick just to make sure there's nothing in the bottom of the box. I don't see anything extra. So what I'm guessing is, so what I did was off camera, which you probably didn't see, I took the long ones back out. I put short ones in for the long ones. And what we're going to do is take these long ones here, and we're going to put them in and connect those to the archery to help hold it in place. These are a little bit trickier to do. We might have some disasters today. I hope not. I'm going to lower the camera here so you can get a better idea of what we're doing. Try to move this around here a little bit. Here we go. I'll try to turn the arch so we got a better view. Oh, and by the way, let me interrupt the breaking news here. I'm sure. Let me turn the camera up and around here real quick. Before we get started, I just got this in from Lego. I'm kind of excited, even though I'm not gonna put it together. I got the all new Star Wars Smart Play Millennium Falcon. You're supposed to be able to build this Millennium Falcon, and then it comes with Chewbacca, Han Solo, C-3PO, and Luke Skywalker. And they have some kind of bricks inside of them that are interactive. It says add a smart brick to play interactively, not included. What does that mean? Where do you get your smart brick? I don't know. It's a Smart Play compatible, so you got to buy a set that has a smart brick with it. This one says the smart brick is not included with it, so we'll have to get a kit that has a smart brick. But I am also a Star Wars collector, so I collect a lot of kits and just kind of put them aside, and hopefully one day in the near future of, say, 20 years from now, whether I'm still kicking, they might be worth something. And I also picked up the Star Wars Smart Play Cantina, the Moss Eisley Cantina. And ironically, it has 666 pieces, so you might want to stay away from that one unless you're on the satanic side of things. I don't know. Just an inside joke there. And this one also does not have a smart brick included, which I didn't notice at first. So we'll have to look further in detail. Make sure you're looking at that before you just go and buy one of these smart kits to figure out which kit comes with the smart brick in order to play these. I believe the kit with the Emperor and Darth Vader, the one for $159, that one probably has the smart brick because it's the most expensive one. I don't know that for sure. We'll have to look into it a little bit further. If you know the answer to that, maybe post that in the comments. But yeah, I picked those two up. I did order this at one time, and the boxes came, I think I told you about this last night, the boxes came to me with paper and everything in the boxes, and these boxes here were like somebody in the Lego warehouse decided to walk on them before they shipped them because the boxes were actually crushed. Never had that done before, and I spent 45 minutes on the on hold with Lego to get a label to send them back. And then I messed that up because the entire label didn't print out, and then I deleted the email, so I have to try to get another label from Lego for that. And then that one comes in the mail today. The ones I just showed you came in the mail today. Believe it or not, in the box was just the two Lego boxes on top of one another, no paper, just thrown in the box, and they're in pristine condition. I don't get it. First time you get a box full of paper and stuffing and the boxes are crushed. Next time you get it with no paper, no wrapping, no nothing, and the boxes are pristine. Go figure, Lego. I guess it depends on who takes care of your order. Some people care about your things, and other people could probably give it a rat's ass. So, all right. So once again, we're going to go in here. We're going to be like a brain surgeon, and we're going to take these little pieces here. You can kind of see I'll back off a little bit here. So they have a hinge piece down here, and have this is like a clip with an opening on the end. And what they do here, if you can see way down in here, they clip on here, got a hole here, they clip here, and then they clip inside of here. But they, like I said, this has a hinge. There's 4 hinges up here in the ceiling, which you can't see, and this piece will kind of bend out this way, but it doesn't bend very much. And what you have to do is make sure that all these propellers or plus sign, whatever you want to call these pieces, are all turned so that they don't bump into the ceiling. Otherwise, if they're bumping in the ceiling and you try to pull on the hinge, it pulls away from the ceiling and this whole thing will fall and collapse, and you'll break your trees and your light poles and you'll have a total disaster. So I'm going to start down here, and we're going to pop this on here and kind of slide this down and pop this on here. Well, and one thing also, like I was saying yesterday when I was working with this, is that these hoses are not very flexible. They are horrible. They're very, how do you put it? Very stiff on the pipe. So I'm going to take out my glasses so I can kind of get in here and see a little bit and try to adjust these propeller things a little bit so they're not touching the ceiling like this one here is. You just got to kind of get in there and touch them and kind of make sure they're not touching the ceiling. And then you just got to kind of bend it just a little bit out like that. And then you have to take your tubing, and of course the tubing is not long enough because it's coming off here. So because the tubing isn't long enough, I'm just going to put it up underneath here to kind of hold it. So for some reason, whoever made this didn't measure the piping, or they didn't measure this piece. Whoever built this kit did not measure this tubing because it's not long enough, because down here, this brick connects, it goes into this piece here, clips here, and then it goes up underneath the archway, and there's two clips underneath here, and this tube does not even reach the clips underneath here, so it's not even long enough. Go figure. And then it's even, this piece down, this 1x1 piece is popping off of the model. It's because see right there, it is not working. So I don't know what to tell you. So if you have the same problem with your kit, you're probably gonna, I'm having the problems. You're probably gonna have the same problems with the tubing not being long enough as I am. Yeah, the tube's not even close to being long enough, and there's not much you can do other than have it on there and make it look like it's on there. That's all you can do. So, part of the little mess over here I got on the side. I'm sorting parts for my Lego store. I'll just kind of pile them up, get them out of the way, and we're gonna try to put this piece on over here on this side. Kind of bend this over a little bit and hook it on. And we'll go from there, trying to get this like that, and then that goes up. What I'm trying to do here also, I'm trying to hold it down here at the base while I clip it in place, so it's just not pulling it off, and then getting it up underneath. Let's see here, and this one just about reaches. I suspect it's going to fall apart here in a minute. That one reached just barely. Not too sure about that, but this one over here definitely did not reach. It was way too short. And I don't know if that's because of this piece here. Try to make that go up. Make this thing extend here a little bit, but no, it's still about a ½ inch short. But it's on. It makes it look halfway decent. It's on, so I'm just going to keep going here. I'm going to turn this model here so you can see the next one. Good thing about this, it's got a good solid base on it when you do build it. The bottom layer is strong, it's tough. So that is a good thing. As you see here, this arch, I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's sitting back behind the model, and that's because it hasn't, the hinges haven't been tilted forward. So once again, you want to look here at this top row, And you want to make sure all these pluses are turned so they're kind of straight across. So that way none of them are touching the ceiling here. Just like that, if you can kind of see how they're all straight across here, because you don't want any of them touching this bar here. And then you're going to slowly pull from just underneath the arch here, slowly pull it forward here, and that's going to take the hinge piece and just tilt it out towards you. And you might want to kind of just reach in the back here, just kind of hold it on and just slowly pull on the arch. Not very hard, not very fast. And then like over here, it's kind of caught. There's a piece here, it's kind of caught in. Just want to work it there a little bit. Oh, and I broke a tree off. Just like that. There's going to be days where you're going to wish you stayed in bed. But, oh, sorry about that. And this side here is caught. And there goes that side. This model is very tedious, I'm telling you. I expect this side to break, but we'll see. There we go. Got that side out. Yeah, there it goes, see? Whole thing fell off. Just trying to make it fit. And, yeah. Just like I thought would happen. But it is what it is, folks. If you haven't built this model or you're following along with me, I'm sure you're saying a few choice words yourself. You're probably acting just like I am with the voice of Yosemite Sam. Well, I frackin' bracken, rickin' rackin', frackin' bracken, rackin', frickin' bracken, rackin', rackin', frickin' bracken. Because you're very upset right now. Because nothing seems to be working. Or parts keep falling off when they shouldn't be. This is another one of those Lego models that it's a great model. It looks awesome, but the pieces are just very loose at times. And you want to have some super glue that holds the stuff in place. So, because the stuff just does not want to keep it there. If you will give me just a second, folks. I am trying to get all the videos up and going here for YouTube. Having to run them through another program to get them to work right. So YouTube will, I've been trying to get these videos on YouTube for you to watch, and it's been failing on me. And so I was reading up on it. It said it didn't have the right codecs and this, that, and the other. And so I found a program I have to run every one of my videos through to get the right codecs added and all this other stuff. So it's like, so let's see how this goes. So I'm going to try to attach this. It may not work. I might have to take the whole thing off again. We will try. Let's see. I believe. So, interesting thing. I don't know if I said this last night. I can't remember because it was such a late night. Didn't get to bed till after 2:30 in the morning. But went to work last night for just 2.5 hours. And the final half hour, the manager come over and said, just stand down, don't do any work until we tell you. Yeah, we're going to have to take this whole thing off, folks. Whole thing's coming apart. So, I'm going to take the whole thing down. We're just going to remove the whole thing from last night, and we'll rebuild it slowly here. So the manager come over and said, just stand down, don't do any work till we tell you to. He comes back a few minutes later and says, yeah, not going to do any work for the rest of the night. Just go back up the 4th floor. And come to find out, somebody wanted to have a cigarette break or a vape break, and they went in the bathroom and did some vaping, and well, their vaping ended up setting off the smoke alarms. And when it did that, the smoke alarm set off the fire alarm. The fire alarm ended up shutting off the conveyor belts. And in the end, when it shut off the conveyor belts, we couldn't do any work. And so we ended up standing around for the last 40 minutes and got paid for it. So whoever he was, thank you. And, I'm sorry that you are now a customer instead of an employee, because you got fired. Because, one, you can't smoke at work, obviously, unless you go outside. Can't smoke in the building. And with Amazon has more cameras than they do employees, I'll guarantee you that. So they know exactly who it was. And no, there's no cameras in the bathrooms, but they can still tell based upon the alarm that went off and who came out of the bathroom, because they have cameras that are outside the bathrooms that will tell them, okay, the alarm went off here, who came out of the bathroom, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and then they can go and gather that employee that came out of the bathroom. They can watch the camera immediately and say, okay, who came out of the bathroom? Well, it was either A or B, and they can go question A or B, and they can, if nobody wants to confess to it, well, they could fire both people if they wanted to, because we're in an at-will state and they don't need a reason to fire you. So you either confess or you get fired. So it's not that hard to figure out who did it. So okay, so we got it back together. We got the as you can see here, here's the sorry if I'm, so you can see I got kind of a bend to it, so you can see how I can tilt it here. So I can bend that. That's your tilt that I was talking about. And you want it tilted, so here it is flat. So when it's flat like this, then the piece is back, it's back under here. But when I tilt it like this, then the piece is out here. And that's what you want. So I'm going to leave it tilted up already. And I wish I would have known that when I put the pieces in there to start with. So we're going to put it there. And then we're going to get this piece up in here, because it's such a tight fit right there. And then all you do is just right here on this bar, you just squeeze from underneath on the bar to the top bar here. And you squeeze that and you put it on, and the one fence piece here in the middle likes to pop off, but most cases really easy to pop on. And there you go. And then there's your arch basically out front, like it's supposed to be. And now you can take your little wire, bar, whatever you want to call it, and pop it on. And this one doesn't have a little post sticking out of it like the other ones do. So I don't know why you have that on there, but it says to, so we shall do that. And take off the glasses for a minute. And let's see here. And once again, this one is not fitting. Try to fit somehow. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just going to take that one off because it doesn't look right. And this one here doesn't look right either. Put my lamppost back on. Okay, there we go. Okay. I probably messed up somewhere along the way with those things sticking out. Now this one has a post sticking out. We'll put that on. I'm sure they all probably had to have a post somewhere on there. Now here's the next one where I've got to take the hinge and bring the hinge out, but I gotta move all these out again. And it's already loose, it's already coming off. Yeah, I have to fix the whole thing. See if I can see it here. No, whole thing came off. So once again, it starts to bend, and I don't know. I wished it would tell you somehow written instructions or whatever to bend that hinge before you put it on there, because it makes it so much easier. It really does, because once you get that hinge in there and put it on, and it just, yeah, it just slides right in place, and there's no doubt about it. Now, here I put this one piece on backwards. I'll flip around real quick. Here we go. Okay, let's see here. That, for some reason, does not look right. No, it's not. What is going on? Okay, so if it goes like that, just looking at this for just a moment. Let me look here. Sorry if I'm in the way here, folks. Just gonna grab some. Just seeing a little mistake here. There we go. Okay. This piece has got to go up. Okay. So I'm just trying to see how this goes in. Let me see. That. And Okay. All right. Let's see if that's right. Yeah, there we go. And then this piece has to come off. I think, yeah. All right. All right. Excuse me again there, folks. Yeah. Okay. Pardon me. You know, just got to get through this. Oh, I see what I got to do here. Had those pieces in the wrong area. That way. This one's got to go that way. There we go. Okay. So now, got to figure out, I think. There we go. And that bends a lot more than the other ones do. I just noticed that. Okay, so here's this new one. This is the one that broke here a minute ago. And look, and fix the fence here. I didn't. This thing bends like crazy. This thing bends like halfway over or flat even. Oh, and it broke again. But this one is really bending over flat. Didn't even realize it. Compared to the other ones, it's just odd. Well, we'll get this one fixed here again. I don't know what's going on with it. Well, like I said, this thing is a very, very kind of a weak program or weak. Yeah, I wish they would have said about moving the hinges before I put this on, because it would have made it a lot easier before putting things into place. Because as soon as you start bending the hinges is when it all falls apart. And then it's no fun. No fun at all. So try to snap it back together here again. Let's see here. Give me just a minute, guys, and I'm gonna pop this together. Ready to go. Let's see what's going on here. Make sure I'm hitting the boxes right. Looks like I am, maybe. Maybe not. that one, but gotta be that on this there. Remember that. Sorry folks, I know you can't see me or anything. I'm working over here on the side. I'm just trying to get this back together again. Like I said, these hinges, they'll mess you up every time. But we're going to get it here eventually. I think it's that over there. And then that has to go on there. But then that, something's not working right here. I'm not sure what it is. Missing a piece or something here. Let's see, I don't know how I could be missing a piece, honestly. I'll try to fix it here. So I'm trying to get this back together. Here's what I'm trying to do, and it's just not wanting to work. It's saying that I'm one piece short, but in all cases, I don't know why, because everything's lined up. There's 2, 2, 2, a window, 1, 1, 1, 1. And there's that. Okay. Okay, now got it back together. Let's see, it's got to go. Yeah. Now, and of course, in the process of putting it back together, what did I do? I put it on backwards. Yes, I did. Congratulations, Chuck. We have ourselves a winner, folks. But it should be an easy fix. Should be. Don't get me wrong now. No, of course not. Oh, makes you want to scream and shout. Just scream and shout. That's what it wants to make you do. Because you know that when you put this up here like that, this has to go like that. And so you know that this piece here goes over here like that. So, like that. That means this can't go here. It has to go over here. Right there. And then this goes there. No, can't go there. Got to go down here. some reason. Okay. I don't think that's, no, that's not right. It's not centered. Let me see where this goes. On it. I put that like that. Actually, it is pretty close. Yeah. I didn't think it was, but okay. I think I do have it back together. Now tip it a little bit. See if I can get this in here. Something to do with that little angle up there. I still think that's off, but yeah, that's just got to be off. Let me see. I'm looking at this track here. And look at where, yeah, see that one's there. So it's like, which one is, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, we are off. I was off, and I was right. Oh boy. It had to be though. It just had to be, because it just was not sitting right. Just didn't make any sense. So just like this, then where is the last one? Right there. And there it is. Looks like. Yeah, there's the. No, let's look it that way. So it goes to the fourth one. Okay. What is it? The fourth. Third and fourth. Okay. There we go. So that goes like that. Like that. So that goes back. Goes back. This goes that way. Okay. So now we can take these off. And get them on here somehow, some way. Oh, sorry folks. Like I said, I hate to keep apologizing, but it's like, this has got to be aggravating for you because you're not seeing me, and you know, without you seeing me, it's like, okay, where's he at? You know, I just hear him talking, but I'm not seeing anything. And, well, this is boring. I'm going to turn this off. And it's like, well, I hate to do that to you, but it's like, I'm just trying to get this back together for you. And, yeah, so we're getting there. We're just about there, though. I think I've finally got her down to where I need to go. So, just got to snap everything back in place and hope that it holds. I do need this piece here. That one there. This one goes on here. This one goes on here. Ah. Not supposed to do that to me, guys. Not at all. This one goes this way. There we go. Okay. Now make sure it's all put together nice and solid. It's there. This is upside down. That's that. Now, where does this attach? That's the question. Okay, here we go, folks. So we got this, add this back together, and it looks like 1, 2.5. Actually, I think it goes this way. Hey, there it goes again. Busted in two. Ha, ha, ha. Lucky me. Lucky me, guys. Aren't you glad it's me? Oh, let the last continue. This is so wonderful. Luckily, it didn't break too bad. All that happened, these two pieces separated, so it's real easy. You just put them back on and snap together, and then you have your base. So lucky for me, not much damage, thank God. Thank goodness. All right, gonna put that back like that and back like that. Okay. Let me grab a. Did I drink it all? I probably drank it all. Well, that solved that problem. Might have to take a break and get one of my body armors. It's getting hot in here. Okay, let's see. So, back to what we were doing. We got this here. Got this upside down. And this is going to start right there, about 2.5 in. So, about right in there. That doesn't look right. I think it goes right. Let's see, where does it end? It ends at 2.5. It starts at 2. If I stop it right near, darn it, let's see. Looking at it over here, it stops. You got 2 full ones showing. It's right there. Okay. Two full ones showing. There we go. Okay, folks. Bear with me here. I've got it going here. There. We've got it. Pray for me. Please, say your prayers. Eat your vitamins. Be like Hulk Hogan. Laugh at me some more. And it broke again. Ha ha. It's like, quit fucking with it then. Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me. It's supposed to be kids only, or for kids, not kids only. I'm sorry. This video's for kids. I'm sorry. No adult words. Put a penny in the jar or a quarter in the jar for every bad word I say. I apologize to all the parents listening. So sorry, folks. Okay. Let me see how this goes. No, that keeps snapping off down there. So don't bend it down. So here's the thing here. Don't bend it here on the hinges. Bend it up here on the hinge. I think that's going to be the way to go. If we're going to bend it at all. If you can even get it in there. There. Got it. Let me see where this thing goes. There. Yeah. Where's it going to go? This has got to... It's got to come out somewhere. It's got to... I'm trying to see where this... Do I have the hinges on backwards? Maybe that's what I do. Okay. I must have the hinges on backwards because it just broke again. Let me look at this. Yes. Okay. This is my problem. So, I got the hinges on backwards, and that's why it's not bending right and breaking on me. So, turn all my hinges around, and then just put it right back on. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now I got my hinges right. Now we'll put it back up in here. See if we can get it to bend right. That's probably the reason for it. First place. There we go. Ha ha. That was the problem all along, folks. Imagine how long did that take me? 45 minutes of messing around? Probably. Thank you. Thank you for... I hope you stuck around, folks. I really did. I really hope you stuck around for that, because that was a painstaking pain in my booty. That really was. That really was. I thank you for sticking around. I really want to thank you for sticking around on that one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's see if we can get this pipe in here. I don't think it's long enough anyhow, but at least it will hold somewhat. It'll make it look decent. Nope, it's not long enough, but it'll make it look like it's supposed to be there. Now, let's see, I had 4. I think I put 4 on already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2. Let's see, I did 1, 2. Let's see, I see 1, I see 2, I see 3. No, that one's a short one. Let's see. 3. Yeah, I'm out of the long ones. I don't know if I have any more, long ones like that. I don't think I do. I can take a look here, my hoses and stuff. Take a look. I don't think I do. Because mine are mainly like hoses and different things. But mine are blue and they actually look like hoses and browns. And yeah, I don't have anything. Crap. Well, that's just dumb, Lego. That's really dumb what you guys did. Not providing enough parts that even fit on there. Parts that are long enough, or parts that are enough. Yeah. Yeah, it was really dumb, Lego. Not providing enough parts. Because all I have left is, I've got 4 left, and you show in the book 4 times, but you know, you don't even make them long enough. You know, here's one here. Let me see if this thing can bend out, or if it's, yeah, it's bent out a little bit, but it's but still, yeah, it's dumb because you didn't include enough. And yeah, dumb setup, Lego. I suppose, you know, they always have saying there's lost parts, I can order more. Suppose I could do that, and then when they come in, I can adjust it that way. That'd probably be the best thing to do. Probably will have to do that because this is ridiculous. And I'll just say how many I really need. So instead of whining and complaining about it, I'm going to move on because it's telling me there's at least 8 right there. And then we go on to bag 33. So I think we're going to do that. But I am going to take a quick break. I'm going to pause this and go get me a body armor, and I'll be right back. All right, we are back. So I'm going to put in for lost parts. I think that's going to be the easiest. I got everything basically to work here. Just got to bend down a little bit, but I'm not going to mess with it because it'll probably break, and then we're going to be spending another 45 minutes of fun time. So we're going to start here, bag 33, page 126, and we're going to start building up. Got the delicious body armor. Once again, if anybody works for Coca-Cola, wants to give me a great discount on body armor, I'll take it. But also, if anybody works for Coca-Cola and works in the upper management, change your formula in peach mango and go back to the original formula because your new formula sucks. Get rid of your allulose. That stuff is dangerous, let me tell you. Alright, enough of my bitching. Because I already had that moment on the soapbox back on day 8, I believe it was. And you don't want to hear it again. But I don't get any sponsorship from Body Armor, even though I probably should. Probably maybe I should ask them for a sponsorship. This episode of Dr. Chaz's Legos show is brought to you by Body Armor. That great energy drink, Body Armor. Okay. Maybe I'll contact them. That's a good idea. Maybe somebody can do that for me. If you or somebody you know loves Body Armor and works for them, or knows somebody in charge of Body Armor, contact them for me, will you? Give me a sponsorship. The all-new Body Armor. Great flavor, great strengths. Now contains allulose, so it'll make you sick to your stomach. Allulose. Yeah. Not a good idea, guys. Don't drink allulose. Unless you want to be sick, sitting on the toilet. all day strong, all day long. Allulose. Yeah, that's my recommendation. Ha ha. Okay. Gotta have a little humor there. If you're not laughing, you ain't having a good day. So it looks like bag 33 has a lot of 1x1 round with the holes in it, if you can see that. Yeah, hold on a second. I gotta move the camera up because we're not gonna play this tag team jelly roll, whatever the hell you call it. Let me go up again. There we go. Okay, so 1x1 with a hole in it. And there must be, I don't know if you, this is just one little handful, but there's, where are we at here? That's just a handful of a sample, and there's a lot more than that. I don't know what we're going to build, but it looks like a lot, because there is a massive amount of them. I just got to move them around here. So, but we're on 126. By the time this video is over, I hope to be on box 3. That is on page 199. This could be a long video. I might break it up into 2 videos, so you don't have to sit here so long. You have to put it on a video editor to do that, but that's okay. Or I can just cut out all that 45 minutes of wasted of me breaking the arch and you sitting around watching me laughing at me, because I'm sure that's what you're doing. And that's okay, because Dr. Chaz, you're an idiot. No, really, yes. Okay, here we go. Bag 33, step 262, page 126 of book 2. We're going to do 4 times. And we're going to make, we're going to do this 4 times. So we're going to do 4 pieces here, and then we're going to need like 8 of these things. These are 1x8s, so we need 8 of these. There's 4, 6, 8, and we need 4 of the 2x8s. Looks like we're going to connect the mic down the middle and make an aeroplane or something, I don't know. So we're going to do something like that. That's on this step. We're doing that 4 times, it says. And then we're going to connect another 2x8 to this. And by the looks of it, we're just going to get it really nice and long. And I did look ahead in the book here a little bit, and I believe we're going to build a nice big long square that's going to cover up that square. So this is just the beginning of the square. We're building it 4 times because we're going to need 4 sides, basically, is what we're going to need here. So, okay, step 2. Yes, just what I thought. We're going to add on another 2x8. We need 4 of those. And that's going to go on to, let's see, step 3. Let's see, we had 1, 2, yeah. Let's see, step 2 first. Let's see, we had 1. And we had 2. So we got to go. So it looks like you're going to put the 2x8s on either side. So you have here and here. So originally it says to do 16. You need 16 of these 1x8s. You need 16 of these 2x8s. You need 4 of these, and you need 4 of these. And it says we're going to build 4 items here, so we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping we have enough parts, I mean, to do this. We'll see. Seems like with that many pieces you wouldn't have any, but you might. We'll find out, I guess. Next step, we're going to do the 1x8s on either end of that again. So now you're even longer, like that. So that's going to take up the rest of the 1x8s for the rest of it here. There we go. There's that. And now we have the 1x3s. They go on the left side on the end, and they're going to leave 1x3 here on this end, and if you look here on the back, they leave a one spot open. So I'm going to do that to all 4 of those. And then on the other side, we're going to put the 2x8 and the 1x2 on both ends. I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. Okay, so then over here, so remember on this side, we have, on the back side, we have the 1x3 and the one left over. Over here, we end up putting on another 2x8, and then right here on the end, we put a 1x2. It's kind of hard to see on there. I can get a little bit closer. You can put a 1x2 on the end, which leaves 2 spots left on that 2x8. And then that's it for that. We've done that 4 times. Now it says to basically hook them together. So we'll see here what we got. Got that. Based upon this. That's based upon this. Based upon this. And there you go. I got a pretty picture frame. Smile. Okay, enough of the jokes. Okay, so that's what we got. Nice big square. Alright, that's what you're going to get out of bag 33. And you have all those 1x1 circles, which you now take, there's 144 of them, and you have to put them, so looking at your picture frame here again, you take all these 1x1 circles and you put them all the way around the outside on the gray. Not the light gray, the dark gray, or the dark stone gray, however you want to call it, all the way on their outside. 144 of them, so stand by, have fun, be bored, and I'm not going to say much, I guess. I'm just going to sit here and put 144 of these things on. I'm just going to sit here and just push them on there. Waiting for another video to download over there. I think I got one video left to download on over there, and then I've got a couple of them on the iPad that I'm recording on right now to upload over there and get fixed, and then maybe tonight I can upload everything. I gotta fix the video that we're working on because I'm gonna get rid of all that delayed where I broke the panel and had to fix it. Probably 45 minutes of junk that you had to sit through. That way you don't have to sit through it. So if you see like a part in the video where it just kind of jumps, that's the reason why. Is because I broke one of these arches here. I was trying to bend it out because there's hinges in it to get it to fit with one of these pipes, Lego did not send me enough pipes. They sent me small ones and not big ones. I was trying to bend the arch on the hinges. And well, the hinges got put on backwards. So while I was trying to bend it, it snapped off and broke. Not really break, but it came apart, let's put it that way. And every time I tried to fix it and put it back on, I didn't realize the hinges were not right. And so it was probably 45 minutes of messing around, and I wasn't on camera. I was off to the side working on it and just not talking much or just babbling. So if you do happen to see like a little glitch in the camera tonight, that's the reason why. It's because I cut all that wasted time out on a video editor to make this video small. So that's what I did. So that way you didn't have to sit through a bunch of nothing. So, and to make it smaller. So we'll see how this goes. So right now I'm putting one by one dots on here, one by one circles with a hole in them. That's what it says, 144, and they're going on the dark stone gray border of this picture frame. Not on the light gray, or light stone gray, but on the dark stone gray. All the way around the outside. I know this really adds a lot of detail to the Eiffel Tower on this. So that's just another thing to keep in mind. Like the difficulty I had is make sure that when you're putting the hinges on these arches, to make sure the hinges go on the right direction. And also, before you put the hinge on, you might want to bend the arch, take the hinge part of it and bend it just slightly a little bit before you put it up into the ceiling of your tower, because that way you're not trying to bend it on the hinge while it's already in place and then have it come apart and fall down and lose pieces and break your trees and your light poles and your grass and just cause a mess and frustration. Because I normally don't get upset very easy. It takes me a lot to get upset, but when you work so hard on a project, and I don't know how other people are, but when you work on a project so hard and you put so much time into a project and then one little thing falls and destroys it or disrupts your time to where you have to stop and fix something, you can, some people can get bent out of shape real easy. And it's no fun. It really isn't. It's just not going to be any fun at all. So, and some people, I've seen some videos of, their football team losing, and they take a sledgehammer to their TV and destroy their TV. I mean, literally. I mean, people can just get mad like a hornet. I mean, just come unglued. If you'll excuse me just for a second, I think my video's done because the computer shut off. It is finished. Okay. Open source. I think this is my last one. And it's starting. Okay. This will be the last video, like I said, until I download the other ones off of the tablet tonight and get those uploaded real quick. And then maybe, just maybe, I can get them uploaded to YouTube. I can probably start uploading them to YouTube. Make it easier tonight. We'll see. Might have to pause the video and work on it for a second, but we'll see. Let me get this step done and see step 34 takes us. Oops, dropped one. Make sure also, another key thing, like I'm lucky enough to have it because I made sure of it, and I said this last night, is when you're working on a project like this and you have these small pieces, work in an area where if you drop a part, you're in an area where you can find it easy. Like I made sure of when we built this house that I talked to the carpet people. I wanted to make sure I had a carpet that if I dropped a Lego part, it was going to be easy to be found. And like here, I can see it here. It's on a short, carpet, not a shag. It's like a light brown or cream colored carpet. There's really no color of Lego that would get lost in it, other than maybe clear, or maybe the light tan, but I doubt it. I think I can even see tan in this color. There's really no color that's going to get lost in this color. It's kind of a dirty brown or a dirty white color, I guess you could say, but I really don't think you're going to get anything lost in it color-wise. So that's the good thing about it. No, just dropped another one. Oh well, I'll find it. I don't know if I use them all or not. I probably do. There's probably not many left over. I didn't count how many there are on the outside, but if we use them all, then we know there's 144 on the outside of this. But this number can change on whatever you build, because it all depends on what parts you use and how long you make it and how you connect it and everything. So all right. But yes, go to an area. Also make sure that you're working in an area where you don't have pets that are going to be around it. And if you are, try to work in small parts, like do a couple steps and then take your work with you and put it away. If you are working around dogs or cats or some other animal that likes to eat things or play with parts, because you don't want your animal to ingest these small parts and choke on them, or even ingest them, get them stuck in their tract, whether it be respiratory or digestive tract, and then have to have very expensive surgery. And then especially if you can't afford it, or if you're low income or whatever, you don't want that happening. Because then you got to make a choice. Do I eat this week and buy car gas, or do I get my surgery on my pet? Because I love my pet, and I got to make a choice now. And you really don't want to have to do that just because you left your Legos out and they decided to eat them. And you can't really blame the pet because you're the one that left your Legos out. So just use common sense around your Legos. If you got a big brother, if you got a little brother, little sister, or baby, make sure you keep it away from them, because you know how little children are. They like to grab everything and put it in their mouth as well. So just try to work on little sections of it and then put it away. Keep it cleaned up. So some good little tips there for you. That way you don't have any problems, and if you are a younger individual, you don't have mom and dad yelling at you, or maybe just mom, or maybe just dad, depending on who you're living with, or grandparents, or whatever. Nobody gets mad at you. Hey, we got just enough. Even though I lost a couple there, I'll still go find them, even though I dropped them. But I got 2 left over here, and I'm sure there's. Oh, if I look for them here, I thought I dropped one. Sure I did. I don't have to worry about them because I'm a grown person and I live in the house alone, other than my wife and my niece who comes over once in a while. But so I will find it later because I'm okay with it. So there we go. So there's that step. Picture frame. If you can look kind of close, you can see all the dots on there all the way around. That's bag 33. That was step 263. And now we're on to bag 34. And now, looking at it, you can see some colors in there, some blues and reds. So that's kind of cool. Getting back to colors again. Looks like some blue 1x2 plates. And they're all the same, so that's good. And then we got some dark stone gray and some red tiles. And some 1x1 plates. Looks like here. And some more tiles and stuff. So I will break up my pieces again here real quick. Got a lot of what we call the gold bars, but these are gray. They look like the gold bars, but these are gray bars, I guess, if you can see that. Yeah. Okay. A lot of those on here on this bag here. A few 1x1s, 1x2s. I only got 3 of those. Or 4 of them. Yeah. They all kind of look the same. Okay. Plates. This is going to take us to step 264, page 131. Okay, very first step says take 32 of them and put them on the light stone gray, but you're going to leave an opening. So here's your picture frame again, but you're going to do the 1x4s with the raised dots out front. But what you're going to do is you're going to put the 1x4s all the way around, but you're going to leave an opening on 4 sides right at the beginning, so down in the corners basically. And I'll show that when you're done. So if we start right down here, we're going to leave the first 2 here, and we're going to put a piece right here. Get down the corner, leave those 2 open there, and down the corner, leave those 2 there. I guess, yeah, that's going to go down there, leave that 2 open, get down this corner and leave that 2 open, so we'll go here. There we go, and then everything else is like free game kind of. And then you do that all the way around. And you want the dots facing outward. What you want. Okay. And there's 32 of those. So I'll just plug away and put those on. Just about done with this. There we go. And I had just enough pieces. It worked out good. So then here's mine. So as you see, the openings I got on there at the beginning of each corner. So open there, it's open there, and open there. All the way around. All four sides have an opening. Shoulders acting up, of course. Why would it? Now, okay, page 132, 265, we have 4. And that 4, for some reason, they want you to fill in the open spots. I guess that way it works out better, because if you had just 4s going around, you wouldn't have an opening. I guess you would have an opening. If you just went 4s all the way around, you just have 36 blocks, I think. 32, or you have 34 blocks. If you just went 4 all the way around, you'd have 34 blocks. But they wanted to do it that way, so that's on now. Now we're going to go with the blue and a couple reds. You got 64 blues and 4 reds. So this is going to go, we want the red down in the corner here, and the red down in the corner here, and the red down in the corner here. So basically the reds go in the corner, all 4 corners. So here's mine. So you got a red there, turn it, it's in that corner. So you see how it's that corner, then that corner, and then that corner, and then that corner. And then basically the blue is everywhere else. So, and it's on the outside of this frame. And it's on the outside of this, and it's on this teeth here. All the way on this teeth is where we're putting the blue. 1 by 2s. So just keep motoring along, and should be 64 of these. Probably gave us just enough on this, I would guess. Probably no extras. Excuse me. Okay, well, some of these are a little hard to get in, but just keep working on them, they'll go in. Now that's not making sense. Oh. Yeah, okay. That's why. So I messed up here. So the very first one, it goes over. Show you here. So on the very first one down here, it's got like a blank space and then one dot. Well, they want you to put it over the dot and the blank space, even though it won't fully connect. That's what they want you to do. And I messed that up. I didn't know that. So I'm off by one. It messes everything up. So start over. I didn't look at that close enough. So make sure you're doing that. Probably all four corners have the same thing where there's a spot where it's blank. There's no peg on it. You want to just use that spot and the blank spot and the one peg. Get to the red, yep, and the next corner where it's a blank spot and one peg, and then cover that up and then just keep going along. So just go, go, go. Alright, so just keep going here. Next corner, cover up the blank spot and the one dot and keep going. So it's rinse, dry, and repeat. Same thing. This is the final side. We'll see what happens here when I get down to the end. It looks like I can turn the page. Turn the page. And it's perfect. Once again, all the parts are being used. Okay, so here we go. So, red, all blue, red, all blue, red, all blue, red, all blue, all the way around. All right, and we just keep going. Step 267, page number 134, and it looks like 16 1x8s and 64 1x2s. Looks like fun. Or maybe not 1x2s. I think these are the bars. Yeah. So 16, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. Then you want 4 bars on top of every 1x8. And then that's going to go, I think, on top of the blue. we'll sit here and start working on that. Yeah, we're doing good for time. Only an hour and a half into it so far. And we're moving right along. We should be able to get to box 3 easy today. Because like I said, I'm going to video edit this and knock out all that downtime for fixing that arch earlier. So that'll make this video a little bit shorter. It was probably only 15 minutes, but I thought it was a lot longer. A waste of time, but we're only an hour and a half in, and I've been building quite a bit here already. That'll knock us down quite a bit. That's good. Finally got after it today. It's so hard getting started because you like want to take care of all this other stuff, and then you get sidetracked and things of that nature, and yada yada yada. And but get started. Like last night, I wanted to get started about 7, and we didn't get started till 10 o'clock last night. And time we got done, it was 1, and time we got to bed, it was 2:30 in the morning, and didn't wake up till almost 10 this morning, 10:30 I think it was. And yeah, finally got started about 3 today, and it's like 4:30 now I think. So it's like, I think the wife will be leaving for work, and I get to go back to work tomorrow. It's like, yippee! I'm so excited that I just can't hide it. I know. I don't want to. I'd rather stay here and build the Eiffel Tower with you guys, you know. It's a lot more fun. Hurting my fingers, my neck, not sitting up straight like I should be. Like the chiropractor always told me, sit up straight, boy. Your back is crooked and a politician, boy. Oh no, I stole that from Forrest Gump. But still, you know, it's like, my chiropractor did tell me to sit up straight though. And I don't do it. I do like 99% of the world, and I slack sitting in a chair, you know, and it hurts your back. It does. And once I started sitting up more and sitting up straighter, it does truly affect your back. So I will have to pause the video here in just a minute, and when I'm done with this stuff, I think we'll check on the wife because she is going to work here shortly. And then we'll come back and rock and roll all the way to the end. And then we will get through the rest of box 2 and on to box 3 and keep building. And then we can get going here. Okay, that's all done there. And now what do we do with it? Let's see. Pretty much the same thing, except for now we're going to skip the first 2 blues and attach it, it looks like. And go all the way down. Let's see if this works. What they're saying. I think it does. No. Yeah, it does. Okay, it does go past it. Turn the corner, miss the first 2, attach it. I don't know if we're going to get all the way around with this, but we'll see. Yeah, I guess we will. We shall have enough. Okay, so I took all those 1x8s, attached all the bullion to it, I guess what you call it, and you skip the first two. There, you see how you skip the first two, and then you put all the 1x8s with the bullion on it all the way down, and then it goes over the edge, as you'll see there, and then you skip. So if you look here on the end, you skip, it goes over the end, you skip the last two, or you skip the first two, however you want to say it, then you put it all the way down there, and it goes over the edge, and then you skip the first two, and then you go all the way down the end, and you come around and it goes over the edge, and you skip the first two or the last two, whatever, and you go all the way down again, and same thing, goes over the edge, skip the first two, and just keep going around, and that's it. Okay, so with that, we're going to go on to 268 on page 135. That's going to require the 1x3s and a couple of bullion and a couple of 1x1 dots. There's only 4 of the 1x3s. And get these in place real quick. And then, so they want two bullions per 1x3, so one hangs over. And then on the part that hangs over, we're going to put a 1x1 dot underneath. So there. So we have a 1x3 with 2 bullions, and then I'm going to turn on the bottom here. You'll see you got the 1x3 and then the 1x1 dot on the bottom. So then it makes it a 1x4 technically, and then 2 bullions, which makes it 2 2x2s. And instead of it's a 1x2 and a 1x2, or 1x4 basically. And on the bottom is a 1x3 and a 1, so a 1x4. So we do that 4 times. With that, it uses that up and down again, but we have some extras, so luckily, and that's what I gotta find again. So we'll do that, and then these are going to be on the end. I gotta see here how they're doing it. Looks like they're going to put the 1x1 dot, let's see, towards 1x1 dot is going to be to the left. That's how they're doing it. There we go. Now let's see if we can find this one piece that I dropped again. Yes, there it is. Okay, now that one I found real easy. I don't know, maybe I didn't drop anything earlier. Okay, so that's done. That was on 268. 269 now is the 4 corners. Now it looks like this hangs over the corner a little bit, like that. Pretty easy, it snaps right in place, so. There we go. Okay, and then there's 8 of these on 270, step 270 on page 137. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. And these are just going to go right along. Okay, so these things these corner pieces need to come in so that they line up with the edge here. Now, well, I guess they need to come down a little bit. But oh. Misunderstood that, I guess. Okay, so I put the corners on and I put the 1x8s on, and as you see there's a 1x1 gap in there, or 1x2 gap in there with the corners and the 1x8 or 2x8 plates on there. So that's what that looks like. And that takes care of 270 a step on 137. And on to 271, you got to put in a 1x2 brick in where the open space is at. And that'll close up the open space that I just showed you. And that'll take us to bag 35. But real quick, so now it's completely closed. And then you got a big picture frame all closed in. So real quick now, I'm going to take a quick break and be right back. Check on the wife, send her off to work, and we'll continue the video in just a minute. All right, we are back from the break, and it's a lot earlier than I thought. So, might have to take another break when the wife gets closer to work. So, we're going to go on to bag 35. Getting closer to the end, we only have 40 bags in box 2. And after that, it's on to box 3 and the final box. So, these boxes or bags are going pretty quick here and near the end. It's kind of like the first, I should say, the platform and the trees and all that was pretty quick, and then it died when you started putting up this railing and stuff. It was real tedious and painstaking, so to speak. But now that we're doing like this picture frame and just going around in a circle and putting things on, it's going pretty fast again. So but it looks like now we got hinges again, which is not my favorite subject. Don't get me started with hinges. Please don't. I could turn into a grumpy old bear. Because as we know earlier, the hinges broke because, well, it didn't break. The hinges just, if you push on a hinge too far, the whole contraption comes apart. And Daddy is not happy when it comes apart. It's not fun. Because it takes a lot of time to try to rebuild stuff. And then when you realize that, oh yeah, the hinge is on backwards. Because you followed the directions the first time, but yet you must not have, because if you had, it would have worked out right. and you wouldn't have this problem, then you wouldn't be in this predicament. So, yeah. So much for that wise idea. So, let me get the pieces sorted here real quick. Won't take very long. This will not take very long. Trust me. It's a great idea. I love this idea. You too should get yourself a rubber mat like this. They're on Temu. In case you're just joining us for the first time, TEMU.com. I do not get any sponsorship money. I'm just telling you this because I love this mat. Yeah, if you're looking for it, if you do a search, it's just like a rubber sorting mat is what I would call it. I would not call it a Lego mat because they don't have Legos on. Well, I guess they do have Legos on Temu, but very few. And if you're looking for the Legos on Temu, they're overpriced. They are a set that would normally cost $200. They're $500 on Temu. I don't know why they jack up their price on Temu for Lego, but they do. But they sell the Chinese Legos, the off-market brand, really cheap. I mean, I bought a Lego off-brand Chinese vase or vase or however you want to pronounce it. It stands probably yay high. 22,000 pieces. Small brick. I think it's even the miniature bricks, the little tiny bricks that you've seen before. 22,000 of those little. You don't know what I'm going to say. I can't say it because it's a kid's video. And I think it was only, if I remember correctly, $35. Maybe $60 at the most. But that was it. But let me tell you, the box was very heavy when it came. But 22,000 pieces. Instructions were digital. There's no book with it. It's all on your phone or on your computer. However you download a QR code. It takes you to the instructions, and you just follow the instructions on the computer or your phone. 22,000 pieces. Nice vase. You can put flowers into it. It's waterproof from the inside out. The water won't leak when you're done as long as you put it. It comes with a little hammer, and you can tap it together when you're building it, so it's nice and tight. 22,000 pieces for like $60. Yeah, ask Lego how much they'll charge you for 22,000 pieces. It ain't gonna be $60. Yeah. How much was the Eiffel Tower at 10,000 pieces? 700? Yeah. And granted, these are, big blocks, and granted, the one I'm talking about are the miniature blocks, the real tiny blocks, but still, they're real tedious, the ones that are going to hurt your fingers after a couple hours. Yeah. The ones that are no fun, those ones, yes. But, I've got, I don't know how many sets. I probably have 40 sets I've ordered that are sitting in a closet right now that need to be built, but will take me years to build, but that's okay. It's just something for fun that I've ordered and I'm paying for. But I have tanks, battleships, submarines. I have, let's see, trying to think, what is it? I think it's the Parliament building in London, or it's not Big Ben, but I think it's the Parliament building, but it's like 11,000 pieces, but it's the regular bricks. It's these type of bricks for 11,000 pieces, but it cost me like $250, but it wasn't bad for 11,000 pieces. Same as this, this is 10,000, but that was 11,000, and I got it for like $250 compared to 700 and something. So it's amazing how you can have the same type of bricks take away the word Lego off of the brick and have no name or no number on the brick, and it's the same type of brick, it's probably not as sturdy quality, probably a little bit thinner, probably would break easier, but yet half the price or even less than half the price, and you get the same good quality. So, all right, I'm going to set this up here on top of the tower, just to get it out of the way for now. Bag 35 is going to take us to step 272, page 139 in book 2, in case you're following along, and we're going to get started here. We're going to take the L shapes, if you can, I'll get that a little closer there. L shape, and we're going to start with that with a 1x8, and we're going to go building again. We'll get started here. And I don't know exactly where they're starting at here. I will know in a second. Okay. And looks like we're just building along here. Doesn't really say how many we're building. I think we're just kind of looks like we're just building one big square. Let's see if this just, yeah, it's just one big square we're building out of the deal. So we just start in the corner here, and so far we've got kind of a triangle, or not a triangle, but an angle, I guess, like a 90-degree angle we have started, and we're just kind of adding to it here. And I'm just going to follow these steps, go very quick. You're kind of adding one, maybe two pieces, and this is going to go very fast now. Pages are going to go very fast. I think we're going to end up going on to box 3 here this evening. We're going to make good progress here really fast, so just kind of follow along real fast, and then here we go. Let's see, step 274 is 2x8s, and they're going to go on here. I'll try to show you these steps in between as we go. So that adds on to that, making that a little bit bigger on your 90-degree. Step 275 is, looks like one little L shape. I didn't divide out all the little parts, but most of them I did. You got one there, and you got one, or you got two, 1x8s. That's going to go up here. Try to reinforce this a little bit. It's one thing I do like about Lego. They do try to reinforce stuff, but some things are not. Let's see, we have 1x3s. And 1x2s. And another 1x3 and another 1x2. Let's see here. Yeah. Go. Step 277 is two more 2x8s. Now we've got like this. Step 278 is two more 1x8s. Right there and right there. Okay, page 142, step 279, 4, 1x8, 4 pieces. So we're just kind of going along here in the back, reinforcing this. That's all we're doing. 2 pieces on one side and 2 on the other. Step 280, we want the L shapes again. We want 2 of those. Going to help us turn the corner. One up there and one up here. Step 281 on 143. 2 smaller L shapes and 2 1x8s. There and right there. So now we have like this. So it's kind of making kind of a square, kind of coming together. 282 is 2 pieces of 2x8s, and that's going to come down. Let's see. That. Step 283 and 144, we want 2 1x8s, 2 1x3s, and 2 1x2s. And that's all going to go on the back here. 1x8s come up here in the back. And then I'm going to take the 1x3s, 1x2s, and cross them again. Let's see. That's and then we're going to go on to 184. We want 2 of the 2x8s, and that's just going to connect on. And then we're going to 146, page 146, step 285 is 4 pieces of the 1x8. And once again, it's just connecting under here just to help make it stronger. Connect everything. There we go. Step 286, this is going to be the L piece in the corner. This is going to kind of connect everything. Step 287 on page 148 is going to be 1 L shape, small L shape, and 2 of the 1x8s. So this one's going to come down here. 1 L shape in the corner and 1 1x8 down the other side. And there you go, folks. You have a giant square. Ta-da! Okay, perfect. Now we're on step 288, page 149, and we need 8 of the L-shaped blocks or bricks, however you want to say it. And they are going to go up in the corners on top of each other, so to speak. So we put 1 in the corner, and then you put the other one kind of on, in the corner with it. You kind of take, I don't know if you can see this or not, you kind of take a brick, the L-shaped brick, and then the other one is going to kind of sit on top of it, sort of like that. If you can see that, take my hand away there. So you got like that on that, but it sits in the corner on top of the. So once I put them on here, I will show you what it looks like on the frame here, or on the square. Real simple to do. In case you're having problems with understanding where it goes. I'm gonna find the other piece though. I think it went under my book. No. did have it. Or did it? Oh, actually, it got left in the bag. Didn't even notice it. There we go. Good thing I looked on the floor. It got left in the bag. Okay, so here's what I was talking about. If you could see that up close, so you can see how it's one in the corner and then kind of one on top of each other. It kind of looks like a, you know, like a 2x2 there, brick, and then like a 1x1, but it's actually one L shape and another L shape sitting there. As you can see, like up here on this one, you can see the two L shapes sitting there. This one here, down here where my finger is pointing, it kind of looks blended together, but it's really not. So, all right, off and rolling here again. Page 150, 289. We'll have the inverted. Let's see here if I can find them. Yeah, inverted. We need 8 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And these are the one. I guess these are 1x2 little inverted slopes. And we're going to put these in the corners, kind of facing each other, I guess. So I can try to show you what these look like when I'm done, but it could be harder to see these. I don't know. Like I said, these steps are going fast, so don't think it's going to take long to get to box 3 after this. These ones are flying. And that kind of makes me excited because I'm ready to get on to box 3. I want to see what this baby looks like. So, okay, so there's that. You can see how those pieces go on and kind of touch each other in each one of the corners. All right. So that's 289. Now we're on 290. We need the 24 hinges with the pieces that connect to it to make the hinge. So there's 3, 4. The hinge box, I guess. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That makes 20, and I need 4 more. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I got the 24 now. Kind of stand them up, I guess, because I've got to attach all the hinges to them. All right, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and, I think they just snap in there, if I'm thinking about this right. Let's do 10 at a time. Yeah, seems to be working pretty easy. There's those 10. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1. So basically what we're doing is, in case you're just joining us, putting the hinges together. It comes separated, hinge box and the hinge. You just snap them in. They want 24 of these little boogers. I personally, after my dilemma earlier in the program, I'm in the dislike category right now of hinges because the arches here in the Eiffel Tower have hinges in them, and if you bend them just a little bit too much, the whole thing will come apart on you and will fall if you're not ready to catch it and destroy your trees and your light poles and your grass, and will fall apart. And yeah, you will spend 20, 30, 40 minutes picking up the pieces and trying to put it back together and trying to remeasure where things go. And yeah, while the rest of your fans are there laughing it up, going, yep, I had the same problem. Good luck to you, sir. It was a fun time. Okay, back to the game. Let's see where we are. Okay, got that. So all the hinges now point inward. So let's get that straight. They all point inward. And they go on the inside, and they all have one space in between them. So let's get that right. One space in between each block. Each hinge faces inward. They bend in. So let's get that right, so that way we don't have any hinge that doesn't. And then when you get down the corner, they all meet up with the next one. So. And then once they start after the corner, after they touch in the corner, then they all start skipping one. And they should meet and touch the other one in the corner. So. And if you did it right, well then they should touch in every corner. And they should all be facing at the back of it. You should see a solid back to it. You should not be seeing the hinge part of it. Because if you see the hinge part, the hinge part, let me show you something. If you can see, there's the open part, and that would be the hinge. You can kind of bend it. See, see how it's closed now? And that's all the way closed. And then you can open it, and there's the open part. But here's the back of it, and it's solid. And that's what you want to see when you're putting that piece down on the frame. You want to see a solid back facing you, and you want to leave one dot space in between each one, except for when you get down into the corner, in which the hinge should be touching the corner piece. Otherwise, there should be one piece between each one of them, just like that. You see how they're touching in the corners? But there's a space in between on every one. Maybe if I do it like that, you can see. And then you also see the solid. Oh, wait. Is there one there? Aha. See, well, no. Actually, that was right. I just had the hinge bent on it a little bit. Some of the hinges are bent and they look like it's backwards, but they're really not. Let me just make sure they're all closed before I show them to you, so you don't think they're open. Okay. So anyhow, you see, it's a solid back there, but there's one space in between each one, except for in the corners. On every one of them. Single spot in between. And those are all the hinges. And you want the hinges to face inward so they bend in on every one with a space in between. So there you go. So that was step 290 on 151. Now we're on 291, 152, and these are the 1x3s, and they want 12 of those. Over here. And they want these on the outside, and they want these right down in the corner as well. And then they want, it looks like, can't tell, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a spot. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a spot. So it looks like they want them down in both corners, touching in the corners, and then 6 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a piece, and then down in the corner. So it's basically 1 piece in the middle, 2 in the corners, 1 in the middle, 2, 3, and then 2 down in the corners, and 1 in the middle again. That's what it's looking like. Pretty simple. And the one in the middle is holding 3 of them together, 3 pieces together. So that's good. I'm going to just keep going here. The next step is 4 1x1 plates, 4 inverted slopes, but longer ones, 4 1x3 plates, and 4 1x1 blocks with a dot out in front of it. Not headlamps, just regular dots out in front. First thing it says to do is to take the inverted slopes and to put the 1x1 brick on it, and then put a plate on top of it like so, and to put the 1x3 on the back of it. That's what it says to do on each one. So we're going to do this 4 times, it says. And we'll see what they want us to do with that when we're done. And I'll show you what it looks like here in just a moment. Once I'll put one together. Okay, so here's what this looks like. So you have the slope piece, you have the 1x1 brick with the point sticking out on both sides. You have a 1x1 plate sticking on top here. You have the 1x3 plate sticking on top of the slope. 1x1 plate up here, the 1x1 brick with the 2 points sticking out of it on either side, and then the slope is on the bottom. And that's what you want you to build or they want you to build 4 of those. Okay, and those are going to go, it appears, on top of the 1x3. So here's your plate again, and they want you to place them on this 1x1 3, 1x1 3, 1x1 3 here, and the 1x1 3 up here, where they want you to place them. And it looks like they go on the second, well, the way they fit, they're going to go on the back dot. The back dot. So they ride in there, and the only way they can fit in there is to snap down on the last dot. Basically, it's the only other way they can fit in there. And so when they're in there, you can see how they sit in there. Like that. If I can turn a little bit, you can kind of see. I don't know if you can see that real well. Let's see here. Underneath. No, not underneath. Let's see, just kind of getting close. But you see it in there. Okay. So that's 292 is done. 293. We got 4 plates. Looks like 4x4 plates. These are going to sit in the corners. Just right down, right in the corners. Just fit perfectly in the corners, no overhang or anything. There we go, and that's that. 294 is 4 black 2x2 bricks, and that's going to sit right in the front of the corner plate that I just put on. So that's going to sit there like that. So you can see where the plates are and where I put the bricks at. Okay. And 295, this is going to put the fences on. I've got all these fences. That's on page 156. All right. So these fences, it looks like the fences go on top of the hinges. So it looks like 2 fences per area will fit between where I put that slope on. It's like 2 sections. So I'll show you here real quick before I go all the way around. Oops. So where I put the slope piece on right here, you can put two pieces of fence there and 2 pieces of fence there. And then when we're done, these fence pieces will hinge, and the hinge will drop them down flat. So I'll see if, let me try it real quick. Let's see if I can get this to drop down. There we go. And there you go. That's about as far as it goes. It's kind of hard to see there. Maybe it's hard to look at, but that's about as far as it goes down. It doesn't go flat. It goes about a 45-degree angle. That's all the further it goes. All right. So basically four fences per side, and then bend them at a 45-degree angle. That's all you want to do. Don't bend them too far, because then the side's going to break off and you're going to spend countless minutes getting angry at yourself and at Lego, wondering why it doesn't work, or why does it keep breaking, or whatever, and getting yourself upset to the point where you just want to pick up this whole square and throw it up against the wall and destroying it, crying out a few tears, having a couple shots of whatever, and then picking up all the pieces and starting over, to where you get back to this point again and going, God, why did I just do that? Okay. Because you'll be miserable then. Now, this piece here I'm working on, it doesn't want to stick for me. It just keeps popping off. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. It looks like the other side is not working quite well. There we go. Got it. Same here. No. Yeah. Bend it down. I take that back. They do flatten out. They do go flat all the way. 90 degrees. But here's the thing. You take out so that you take out that part that was, you take out this piece here that I showed you earlier, and the fences will lay flat, and then you can put that piece back in. I don't know, maybe you're not supposed to. Let me see about the next page. No, you're not. Okay, I take that back. So raise your fences up and leave your fences at about a 45-degree angle. They only want you to go about 45 degrees and no further. They want you to get past the top of it, but then there's those dots on either side of it, and that's all the further they want you to go, is about 45-degree angle. So leave it at that, folks. Go past that and leave it at that. There you go. Call it good. Okay, we're good. Got that done. Fences are there. Now we want to go 4 pieces of 1x8 brick. These are going to go on the back side of whatever those things were that were just holding on. There we go. Well, that ain't good. Okay, and we want 8 more of these. Let's see, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8 of these, and then we got 8 dots that we got to attach. And they want us to put these dots, 1 by 1 circle dots, on the first dot of the brick for some unknown reason. We will get this done here, and it's looking like we're going to have a piece left over of this. They give you the pieces you don't need left over, and the ones that you do need, there is no leftovers. So, all right, very good. Okay, so now the ones that you do need, let's see, that goes there. And this one goes here. So it looks like the ones with the dots go right next to the black 2x2 brick. I can show you that here in just a second. There we go. And so here we go. So you can see where right here, there's a black dot. There's a black dot here, black dot here, 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 and here, here. They all have little 1 by 1 dots on them, circle dots on top of them. These ones here, 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 and here do not. They just have a 1 by 8. And that's pretty much it for, I think it's bag 35. And that completes that. Yep. And that completes step 299. We are on step 300. We are on to bag 36, which is a small bag. We also have a bag of plates that go with it. And we are on page 161. We are only 38 pages from box number 3. We will make that very easily. We are 2.5 hours in. We have plenty of time tonight. It is early. It's about 4:30 where I live, so we have several hours. This is going to be a long video, but I will break it up into a couple of videos so it's not so hard on you. But yeah, we'll take another break. I think the wife is ready for work, and we'll say goodbye to her. And so I will be right back, and we'll start up with bag 36. All right. Okay, folks, here we go. Box, page. Nope, I'm confused. Bag 36. Here we go. I'm not confused anymore. Ha ha ha. Wife is off to work. That means I'm home alone. I'm a grown adult too, so call all your friends, party at Chuck's house. There's only one problem with that. You don't know where I live, and I'm not telling you. And the other problem with that is I don't party, so. Oh, shucks. Yeah, I know. I'm a party pooper. I'm a party pooper. The only reason why I don't party is because I had weight loss surgery 7 years ago, and with that comes the problem of when I drink alcohol, I get drunk very, very quickly because the alcohol cannot absorb into my stomach. It just passes straight through into my system, and therefore I am no fun to be around. Although I joke a lot when I have the alcohol. But I also sober up just as quickly too, so. But the more I drink, or the faster I drink, the longer it takes to sober up, of course. But still, it's no fun. So I just stay away from it. Just easier that way. So let's get the parts sorted here real quick, and we can keep going here. We can get this done and move on to box 3 tonight. That's what I'm looking forward to. I don't know how many parts are in box 3, but I'm sure it's quite a few. I'm guessing. So there we go. Parts are sorted. We are ready to go. Okay, so we got bag 36. We also have this bag here. I'm going to open this real quick. So these are, looks like plates that you'd probably see in Star Wars, I would imagine. Same type of plates you'd see in Star Wars. They're just like a drain plate or something. So got 8 of those in a separate bag. They're not numbered at all. Just a bag that's sitting in there. Kind of stuck together. So there we go with that. And let's see what we're going to do here. It looks like something totally different again. So I'm going to put this thing off to the side, and we're going to start something new. Starting with 1x8s and the 1x3 plates. Looks like going like that and like that. So we're going to do, just kind of hook them together. Going to page 162, step 301. We're going to grab a plate right off the bat. And we're going to kind of connect it together. Connecting it at the bottom here, as you see, and have the 2x3 sticking out the bottom there. Then we're going to grab another plate and we're going to connect it together with the other one. So you basically have 2 plates sticking together. You're going to flip it over, and we're going to have 2 1x8s, and it's going to stick, if I'm doing this correctly. I guess I'm doing this right. You can't see behind the 1x3. That's the problem. And I don't know if I'm connecting it right. It kind of looks, let me see here. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, see, I don't know if that's, I don't think that's right actually. We got the one in the corner. What are we doing here? Counting the raised parts. And see, there's not really one down in the corner. That's the goofy part of it. Yeah, that's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, let's see where I hook it together at. Ah, that would be the problem. Okay. Just what I thought. Now let's see. So let's start over. It looks like yeah, okay. I did do it right. So you got to hook the 1x8 and the 2x3 right at the very top, which I didn't do. It looked like it was over a little bit. So then when you turn the page and you hook on the grate here, it's got to go right at the top along with the other grate right at the top. So when you flip it over, the 1x8s go right at the top. It's not going to give you any structurally sound parts, you know, it just puts them together, I guess. And then you got another 1x3, and then one of these, not really hinge, but I call it like a shelf, I guess. And that would provide a little bit of go from here to here, from there to there, okay, like that. All right, now we're on 305. We're going to need 3 of these shelves in a 1 shelf, I guess is what you call them. And do a shelf over here. And that's there. And this one is going to go over there and one over there. So you basically have your 2 screens hooked together, and then on the very front you have the shelves kind of connecting it over the edge there to kind of hook it all together. And then on the back side it's kind of looking like that if you're hooking it all up there. And like I said, right down here is all your kind of your shelves. They're hanging over the edge. They kind of hook on one side and then hang over the edge, hooking on there. So, all right. That takes us on to 306. And let's see, what do we need here? We need 1x1 tile, 1x2 in a plate, a 1x3, 2 of them in a plate, and 2 of these, I don't know what they call them, but kind of hard to show you, but kind of those pieces there, you need 2 of those. So, and then we're going to go to town on that. So to build that, get the 1x3 and another 1x3 over here and 1x2 over here, and then this. And then a single one in the middle like that. And then that's going to fit. So that's going to fit. When you take all those pieces, you're going to make a nice round front on it like that. That's what you're going to do. So it kind of looks bold. It kind of looks flat there, but if you look at it that way, it's kind of a rounded front on it like that. So on to 307 on page 164. We're marching right along here. Need a 1x8 and a 2x3. And we're going to kind of do this again right at the top. Yep. And we're going to kind of, let's see here. Hook that together and hook the other one together right here at the top. So we're kind of doing it again. We're just following right along and copycatting it. That's all we're doing, copycatting it. Doing the same thing on this one. Yep, 3 of these again. 1, 2, 3. 1 of these. So yeah, this one here is just a repeat of the one we just built. That's all we're doing there. I'm sure. Let me go back and just make sure we didn't. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we built the round one here, and the very next set, we're building the round one there. And yeah. So it looks like we're building it a couple times here. Yeah, we're doing it twice, so well, building it 4 times, I'm guessing. Let me see here. Got that. Building there. Yeah. Okay. So let's just skip the hootenanny here. Because we are building all 4 of them here. Should have just said 4 times, but they didn't, so be it. I don't know why, but they didn't. They could have just put 4x and been done with it and shortened the book up. So we're building this section here that I just showed you, this piece here. We're doing it 4 times is what we're doing. So I'm just kind of starting over here with this dealio. I'm building it 4 times. So 3, 1, 2, 3. Over there. Over there. 1. Over there. There, over here, and then we need 2 singles and that. And 1 there. Okay, so then we need 2 of those and 2 of these and 2, 4, 6 of those. 1 of these. 2 of those. And 2 of these, 3 of these, okay. So let's build these real quick. we got to hook up the angles up here. That. Okay. And put a single on top. Because we know the single goes on top. And like that. Nope. That one didn't want to stick. You'll get the stick here. Okay. And quit dropping things, Chuck. That always ends up being a bad outcome. Okay. So I've talked to you before about this, and leave it in the comments, and we'll just reiterate it. As you all know, for those of you who like sports, spring training's going in session right now. Baseball and the World Baseball Classic's just about done. We're down to Italy, Mexico, and the USA. But who do you guys think is going to win the World Series this year? As you can see, hard to see, but I got a Pirate shirt on today. Pirates not going to do a darn thing this year. Probably going to be the bottom feeders once again. I like the Rockies because I grew up in Colorado. Not going to do a darn thing again. They're actually, I'm going to put money on it. Not very much money because I'm into Legos myself, but put money on it. The Rockies will lose 100 plus games again, even with the new manager. My pick for the World Series, you heard it here first, the LA Dodgers for a three-peat. Dodgers three-peat. That's my pick, folks. The last 2 years I put money on the Dodgers. I've actually won money from the Dodgers winning. So, yeah, that's my pick. I'm going to pick the Dodgers again this year for a three-peat. So, this says we're going to put the wings on for this deal. Got to figure out how they want this on here. It looks like just like that. But just remember, gambling's not for everybody. Don't go out and gamble just because I told you that I'm picking the Dodgers. That's not what this website is about, or this video is about. This is about me building the Eiffel Tower. I'm just talking about who do you think is going to win the World Series? What if you have someone to pick, or who do you follow? What's your team? Do you like the Yankees over the Dodgers? How about the Blue Jays again? Even though they got rid of Bichette and things like that. I mean, what do you think's going on? How about Seattle? Do they have a chance again, making the playoffs last year and getting so close? Maybe there's a sleeper out there. The Cubs look pretty tough. Can they pull it off? I don't know. Hard to say. Okay, so let's put this all together. We're on page 167, step 315 if you're following along. It says to do these upside down, so I'm going to turn that one upside down. It says to put this one over here and to put it right in here, but I'm wondering if it's not going to snap in there, I don't think. It is upside down, but I guess it will snap in there. Okay, that's good. And this one here will snap in right there. That's cool. That's all that shows right now. Oh, then it says to build this one, which I just did. So now we're going to jump all the way up to 323 on 170. And we're going to sneak this one in underneath here. I kind of worked ahead. That's why it worked out for us. then that sneaks in there, pushes down. So when you're all done, it looks like that. You got a big giant circle with a nice kind of a weird shape in the middle. Something you do on an Echo sketch or something you did as a kid maybe. If you flip it over, kind of the same dealio. Anyhow, back to baseball. Who do you think? Maybe the Orioles have a chance now that they signed the Penguin from the Mets. Do the Yankees have it? Cubs? Mariners, Blue Jays? How about the Dodgers I'm going with? I don't know. So that does that. 324. It looks like now, I'm trying to see which way we got going here. Looks like they want us to flip it over here. And we have to add the tiles and the triangles here. So we're going to go triangles here in the corners on 324. Every corner is going to have a square and 2 triangles to it. Fill that in. Or maybe there's going to be a sleeper. Someone that finished last year and they're going to pull out, Do the Angels finally have a chance? Give Mike Trout his World Series before he retires, or is Mike Trout going to get injured again and sit on the reserves, and just sit out the season and keep getting paid? I feel sorry for the guy because he's such a great hitter. He's such a great guy for all he does for Southern California, for him and his wife, all the charities work he does. And it's such a shame. The guy deserves a World Series trophy. He just got put on a crappy team and just refuses to leave, If the Dodgers could somehow get Mike Trout away from the Angels, go over to LA for one season, let the Dodgers win it, get the guy his ring, it would be fantastic for him. But okay, that does 324. We're on to bag 37 here. And that's page 172. And then over on 173, step 325 will be the first step. Take just a minute to separate the parts. I just wished Art Moreno would, he knows that the Angels aren't going anywhere. Every year it's the same thing. They start out good and then they slowly get injured and down and out they go. And he knows it. He won't spend any money on the team. He lets them fall by the wayside and just won't sell anybody. And it's sad to see Mike Trout suffer like he does. And I just wished you'd let the guy go. Honestly. That's just my personal opinion, and I know we're not here to talk about sports, we're here to talk about Legos, but off topic. It's just once in a while you gotta get off topic. But maybe you can put something in the comments if you like a certain baseball team, and they don't have to be contenders. I mean, maybe you like Oakland, maybe you like the Pirates, maybe you like the Marlins. Marlins somehow, every year surprise everybody and kind of run up to the front, and then mid-season, the dog days of August, they crumble like a wilted leaf and they fall by the wayside and they just never can pick it up. And about that time, the Braves and Phillies pour it on, and here they come. It's one of those things. I don't tell you. You always think you got a chance, and then the strong survive. I just wish my Rockies could do something, but they don't. But I look at it and go, why can't our pitchers win in Coors Field? If Kershaw comes into Coors Field and pitches lights out, and The guy for the Pirates, the new guy. I can't think of the name right now. I'm terrible with names, but number 30, we all know who I'm talking about, comes in there, strikes out the K guy, and throws 100-mile-an-hour all the time. And, you know, he pitches well in Colorado. It's like, why can't our guys do this? You know? And it's sad to see that our guys struggle and can't pitch, and our guys go on the road and struggle and can't pitch, but yet other guys do. It's like, so what do the other guys' secrets have that we don't? It's like, are we just got poor talent or poor scouting that just says, you know, hey, our pitching sucks and that's just the way it's going to be, or do we just need different talent scouts to go out and find different players? You know, do we need to get a Billy Bean in Colorado and help us find the right players? You know, we had the right players at one point, and then away they went, one by one. Arenado and Trevor Story and guys with the Yankees, both of them. Can't think of their names either, but we all know who they are. But anyhow, it's like we had a hell of a team. Blackman was in Colorado, and we had a hell of a team. I mean, we went to the World Series and we got clubbed by Boston, and then they started breaking the team up because we got our butts handed to us. But, you know, you got to look back and say, well, when we went to the World Series against Boston, we also had almost 2 weeks off before the World Series happened because we were so good. And Boston had to play 7 games and took so long. And you know, we didn't play any real baseball for 2 weeks. And Boston was coming in there hot as a 2-alarm fire, or probably more like a 5-alarm fire. They came into Colorado with a 5-alarm fire and you know, said, look out, you know, here we come, be ready. And we weren't, and they basically ran all over us, and that's what happened there. So all right, here we go, folks. We got the parts divided. Bag 37. Looks like a bunch of unnecessary parts, but hey, here we go. It looks like we're going to take this section that we just built. We're going to need 4 L-shaped, the black pieces here. 4 of the 2x2s, the plates, and 4 of these 1x1. I call them claws or hooks, I guess. I guess they're hooks. And it looks like we're doing the 1x1s. Where are we at here? Gotta figure out what we did here. It kind of looks like here that we all, let me go back a page. I think they hooked everything together here. Took that. We took this page here. We sat that on here. Okay, so yeah, we took that and we took this and put this on here somehow, like that maybe. Yeah. Let's see if that kind of pushes on there, pushes on there, pushes there, pushes there, pushes there. Okay. So it looks like we added this piece, and they didn't really tell us. That sounds about right for Lego. It's kind of like, yeah, here you go. Figure it out, guys. You can do that, yeah, can't you? Sure. They don't really tell you, but we'll let you figure it out. We're not really telling you. Let's see here. It's going together. It's slowly, but surely. And stop calling me Shirley, of course, you know. I'm sure you've all heard that saying before. If not, it's from the movie Airplane. I think it was 1989, maybe? I don't know. Maybe even before that, before my time. Huh? No, not before my time. I was born well before that. Okay, so that's on that. Now, the question becomes, is it sitting on the big platform? I don't know if it's on that one. It doesn't appear to be sitting on the big one. That's that. Yeah, and it just weird. Okay, so it's sitting on that. This. Yes, it is. It is sitting on this. Let's see if I can lift it up. So then it's back to this thing, which is sitting here, but now where the question is it sitting? Okay, so oddly enough, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 10, right there. 10, and then that one's sitting there. That one's sitting there. Okay. Amazing how they don't tell you this. They just, yeah, you just look at it and have to guess. It's like, oh, we missed a page. Okay, you figure it out. So there's a good lesson for you to learn if you are watching my videos. Lego doesn't tell you the whole story. They just want you to guess. This is not in the book, folks. Let me show you. So I'll go back here a couple pages. So here we are. I will adjust this camera and show you. So you can look at this with me. So here's the book. Here's step 299, if you can kind of see that. They flip. So they're having us build and build and build. So then over here, you can kind of see over here, they're putting the thing together. Then we're back to building again. Building. Here's kind of the, here's kind of the completed part. Now they're saying here is kind of everything all in one, but they're having the red, you know, kind of like, you know, like, okay, you know, it's kind of like all thrown together. It's like there's no synopsis of where stuff's at. It's like, and then you go over here and they say, okay, bag 37, start building. It's like you go from this piece and there's a couple red sections, and then you're over here kind of left like, okay, where am I at here? It's like they should say, you know, there should be like a couple pictures here saying, okay, this section plus this section plus this section, and put them all together, you know, because we built 3 separate sections here, and now you're on bag 37, and you can start building again. But they don't tell you that. They just expect you to know what you're doing. You know, and if you're a young adult or a young child, you know, this is truly unfair. Let's see here. Let me go back to where you can, well, where I guess where you can see me and see the tower. Okay. If you can't see me or see the tower, I'll adjust it again here. But okay, I think you could. No, can't see me. Okay, I'll switch it back here. There we go. Okay, so, but yeah, they just, if you're you know, say you're 11 or 12 years old or whatever, and you're trying to build this, thinking, this is great. I'm building the Eiffel Tower, Mom, Dad. Thanks for buying it for me for Christmas. I really appreciate this. And you get to this step, you're like, whoa, what the hell? You know, where are we at here? On Mars? Where you know, where is this section at? Where is this piece at? Lego needs to do a much better job at describing how we got from here, or whatever, from here to here before we start Bag 37. I'm sorry, but you know, I'm a grown adult, and even for me was difficult to go, hey, wait a minute, where do we go here? You know, how did this happen? And you might think I'm silly and go, dude, if you can't figure it out, you shouldn't have a Lego channel. You know, it's like, well, no, it's not that at all. It's like, I'm just trying to make a point here to say that Lego needs to be a little more on the ball. Because, yes, I figured it out, but how many other people are having difficulty with it right now as they're building it? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are having difficulties trying to solve it. And then when they finally do figure it out, then it's like, oh, well, they should have described it a little bit better. I really believe that, because they didn't do a very good job. And shame on Lego. How about that? I hope you're listening to me, Lego, or somebody is got more uppity up than I do that can point that out to Lego and say, hey, you need to put an extra page in there before step 30 or before bag 37, and say, hey, you need to say parts A, B, and C combined together to make this, and show how it comes together and where it all comes together to get this. That's what I say. All right, here we go. This is a big step now. You need 56 1x2s, which is probably all of them, I'm guessing. Push that back a little bit. And I'm not going to really count them because I'm guessing this is all of them. If we have any left over, I'll put them back on the mat. But for right now, I'm going to get them all out here. Okay, there's that. And we need 68 of the hooks or claws. However you want to, whatever you want to call them. Hooks, claws, 1x1s with a ring on them. I don't know. You know, whatever you want to call them. Hooks, rings, claws. There we go. Okay, let's see how these are going to go on now. Okay, very easy, or at least it looks that way. Okay, we're going to start with the 2x2 here, and we're going to start with a hook or claw, whatever, and we're going to have that hanging over. start with, and then we're going to go with a 1x2 next to it, facing up and down without it hanging over, and then back to the claw hanging over, and then 1x2. So we're going to alternate back and forth. Claw, 1x2. And the claws will always hang over. 1x2s will not. And then, yep. But now the thing is, I put a claw in, and then we have the brick here, which will take the place of the plate, and then you're going to have another claw, which will stick over, and then back alternating again with the plates, which do not hang. And we'll just keep going around like this. This is kind of cool, the way it's turning out. Now, yep, okay. So when we come to the next brick here in the middle, you're going to put a claw in there, which works out good. And then your plate, and your claw, and your plate. I think the other thing I might do here is just put claws down. See if this works here. Just kind of, because I got claws in my hand, and instead of going back and forth, just put a bunch of claws down. Now, okay, I've got the claw there, and then it stops. So now I'll go back here and grab a bunch of 1x2s. Instead of trying to alternate. We'll do that. And so we're 3 hours in. I might have to, after this step, we're going to stop the video and we'll start a new video just so it's not so monotonous and long and stuff. And even though it's continuing on the same day and everything, it will be, that way you can stop it and go on with your life. Okay, so you got that, and then this will start over here. This will start over here. Okay. This is going to start here. Here. This will speed it up a little bit, I can see already. You just put, like, instead of alternating back and forth, put like all your claws down. And then go back and put your 1x2s down. And go from there. And that'll save a little bit of time. You can kind of there. Yep. Hopefully there's not a lot of stuff to hook onto those hooks, but there could be, because there's a bunch of hinges over here, bricks with hinges. But we'll see. I am also going to put the video through a video editor and cut out all that nonsense earlier. We talked about this once before, about the part that I dropped. That's one thing. Let's put a little more light on the subject as well. I thought all the lights were on. There we go. That might help. I thought all the lights were on, but they obviously they weren't. So that might help show off what I'm doing. Aha! That was why it's getting so dark in here. So yes indeedy. I can hear the wind picking up again. That winter storm is moving in that we were talking about last night. Calling for anywhere from 8 inches to a foot of snow. And I get to work tomorrow only till 6 p.m. because I took some free time, and who knows, the storm's not bad. I might, if someone didn't show up, I might stay and work. And I'll have some extra time. Who knows? I'll have to wait and see. And Sunday, the worst part of the storm is supposed to be over with. And then we got the neighbors helping with the driveway. So just about done here. It looks like it's going to end up just about perfect, and it does. Look at that. Okay, I did all the hooks first, like I was saying, instead of alternating back and forth. So I think that takes too much time. Just picking up one piece, picking up another, and going back and forth will take up way too much time, and I'm sure it does. So I just put down one piece and went back and just put down all the hooks, and then I'm going to put down all the 1x2s now. Save a lot of time, I think. So, like I said, when I'm done with this bag 37, we'll stop the video and we will start it again just to break it up a little bit. So we don't have such a long video. Darn it. These 1x2s are a little tough to get in there, I tell you. As you hear, they kind of snap in there. A little hard to get in. All right. So just moving right along here. One side to go, it looks like. Yep, that's the last side. Some of these hooks or clips, whatever you want to call them, they got to be straightened out for these 1x2s to fit. Once you straighten them out, then they another one here. This one's going to be crooked. I'm going to have leftover ones in this one. I can see that, but I'll just might have to use them on a different part of the step here, but we'll see. There we go. Okay, that's all done. I got let's see, 2, 4, 8 left. So probably get used somewhere else. But so if you can see that there, all the clips on there on the outside edge, followed by the 1x2s, all the way around. All 4 sides get that. So, and then I connected all 3 pieces too. So if you can see that as well. So good solid piece, but that's done there. Okay, so that was 56 1x2s and 68 clips. So now we're on the 327 on page 175. We are 24 pages left till the end. So let me look at this here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 more pages, and then we'll call it good, and then we'll start over with a new video. This one here, we got 4 pieces of one, the L shape, black in color, and then we got 4 dark stone gray blocks, 2x2 blocks, and then we have 4 1x1 blocks with hinges on them. I guess they're a hinge, and that's what they look like, you know. And we're going to put those up on the corner now. So these are just kind of duplicating the same thing we had before. So, same thing, and just going right over the top of what we had before. There we go. That's it. 328. Next page. And we want 56 of the 1x2s. Like I said, I'm not going to count these either because I'm most likely going to use them all. Which is fine with me. And these go, let's see, where do these go? Okay. These are going to go on the 1x2s all the way around. These basically go on top of the 1x2s that were already on there, that I just put on. These 1x2 bricks go on the 1x2 plates that were just put on a minute ago. So, and they go all the way around the roof piece here, the whatever you call this thing, I don't know. So just keep walking on. get to that. So when you get to this brick piece here sticking out, you do not get another brick piece on it. It just stays like it is. You do not add a brick piece to it. And I'm sure the other ones that I have over here with the kind of the hook on them, they probably go in place of the other ones with the hook on them. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, they are. So be prepared for that on the next step. So when I'm done with this, we're going to put those on the next one. All right, keep them going all the way around. Alright, just about done here. Looks like I might have a couple pieces left over. I might not. I got 3 pieces left. No, actually I'm going to have just enough. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Step 329. And let's see, where's the 8 pieces go? I got these 8. I'm going to throw these 8 on real quick. Where do they go? Oh, right there. Okay. So these 8 go right here. There's 1, 2, 3. So these 8, there's 1x2 plates here. There's 8 of them, and they go on the very end or on the outside out here, on the end of the brick where the brick has the black 1x1 round dot, I guess, or round. I don't know what to describe it, but I'll show you here. It's got right up here where you got the 1x1 dots here. So you follow it out, and it's got right here and right here and right here, right here, right here, down here, up here, and out here. It's got a 1x1 or 1x2, excuse me, 1x2 plate, and it goes out here on the edges is where it goes. There's 8 of them. So there's like 2 here, 4, 6, and 8. And now the remaining pieces of bag 37 are all these, which is 1x1s. And they have this little hinge on there, if you can see that. Little 1x1 hinge. And they're going to go on top of all the hook pieces. If you can see all these hook pieces here. And so that 1x1 is going to sit on top of all those hook pieces all the way around. And there are 68 of those. And then that'll be the end of bag 37. And I'll take us on to bag 38. But what I'm going to do is, as soon as I'm done putting these parts on and give you a good look at it, we're going to stop the video. And that way, if you're tired of looking at it or watching, you can stop and go away. And then I'm going to start a new video. Same day, same time, everything. We're just going to pick it up right where we left off. And we're going to go on to bag 38. But we're going to start a new video. Start the time over and everything. So that way, if you want to pick it up later on, you can. And you haven't missed nothing. But, you know, you don't have to keep watching to end, you know, oh my God, I got another hour to watch before this video's over or whatever type of thing. You can be done for the day and then sit down tomorrow and then watch the continuation of it or whatever. Because I got to go to work tomorrow, and with the snowstorm, I don't know if I'm going to be able to record, even though I'm done at 6 tomorrow. I got to work on Sunday morning, so if I get home at 6 and get going tomorrow, I might be able to record some tomorrow, but we'll see. I do need to work on these videos tonight and try to get them uploaded to YouTube and stuff. I still need to get my poll out there to get you guys to vote on it. That's the other darn thing. Haven't been able to. I'm trying to get it on Facebook or something. But I don't know. Get it on Facebook and then get the link to it on YouTube or something. Not sure how that works. Because I got it on Patreon, but it says that it's private, and it's not private. Everywhere I look, nothing's private. So it's like, good grief. I do have a nice picture or logo now for my Lego show. So try to get that put into the videos here somehow, or into it somehow. And let's see, let's keep going here. These are going on pretty quick, pretty simple. We got 2 sides to go. So this is just like the other one where it wanted you to alternative, go back and forth with the clip and then the plate and the clip and plate. And I said, well, just go put all the clips on and then come back and do the plates. Well, what they did is just what I said to do. Basically, on the next 2 steps, they broke it up. They put on the plates first, and then they put on the clips first, or next. So I broke it up, and then the next 2 steps, they put the plates on, or they put the bricks on first, And then they put the clips on the second step. So it only made sense instead of going one piece here and then pick up a different piece, and then one piece and then pick up the other piece. It's silly because it's waste time for one. If you can just put down one of the same piece over and over and over and get it in the right spot every time, well then you're going to save time. So let's keep going here. Almost there to the end. Coming on down. Got 4 pieces left, and then 3, and 2, and 1. And we are done. Here we go, folks. Bag 38 finished. So there you go. Looking close up at it, that looks beautiful. You can see that. You can see all the little pieces on there. And it's all the same all the way around. So there's really no point in turning it. But there you go. That is bag 38. And that's going to do it for today. Like I said, we're going to cut off the video so you don't have to watch it anymore. You can take a break yourself. But I'm going to cut the video off for today, bag 38. And then I'm going to start the video up again right away. And just start a new video. I'm sorry, that was bag 37. Bag 38 will be coming up next. I'm going to start a brand new video, same day. Just continue where we left off right here and just keep going for the day because it's still early for me, and we're going to get this done and get on to box 3 and keep building. But I want to start a new video so that way if you run out of time and you got to get going, you can, and then you can pick up the video when you have time and start watching from bag 38 on. So thank you for watching today, and if you have time, well, you can jump into the next video and keep going. So thanks again, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.